You may have noticed already that, like English, Turkish doesn't have gender. For example, what was the word for empty or free?
Boş.
Boş, and it is empty,
Boş.
and he is free,
Boş.
and she is free.
Boş.
Exactly. So we don't have any gender there in Turkish, like we might have in a language like Spanish, for example, where we might use an A for feminine and O for masculine. But Turkish really doesn't have gender, where even English does. So, for example, in English we have the words he and she. They are two separate words for male and female, or for masculine and feminine. And then we have it, which is actually the neuter. We have in English the masculine, feminine, and neuter with he, she, and it. But all of that in Turkish is just o, and o by itself. O
O.
means he, she, it. So you might want to use that in a situation of contrast. For example, I'm free, but he's not. For example, I'm free,
Boşum ama
he is not.
o değil.
Boşum or ben boşum ama o değil. Very good. How would you say he wants to go this evening using the word for he?
O bu akşam gitmek istiyor.
Very good. Very good. Did you notice there that you remembered the words much easier because you didn't worry at the beginning about all of the words? No, you went through which one you need one by one, and as you got them out the way, you kind of freed up mental space or relaxed the mind, and you could find them easier. O bu akşam gitmek istiyor. So we saw a couple of mek verbs, bilmek, to know, gitmek, to go, and we saw almak, which was to take or to buy. Let's learn another mak verb. Yapmak, yapmak, means to do or to make. Both meanings you have there, yapmak, which is a very useful verb, no? We can replace often many other verbs we might want to say with the verb to do or to make, which is very useful for a language learner when we are missing the content that we might need. To do or to make can replace many verbs. How would you say he wants to make it? Like we said, we don't need the word for it.
Yapmak.
Mm-hmm.
Yapmak istiyor.
That's it. Yapmak istiyor. What if you wanted to emphasize this he or she? He wants to make it, she wants to make it.
O yapmak istiyor.
O yapmak istiyor. Not me or not I in Turkish. It's kind of odd the way we use me and I in English. I mean, if somebody says, who wants to go to the park? In English you will say me, where actually I would make much more sense. I want to go to the park. You would never say me want to go to the park. So you will find in most other languages this is treated much more literally. So not I. How would that be?
Ben değil.
Good. He or she wants to do it, not me, not I. O yapmak istiyor, ben değil. You can also use yapmak with some other words. Words we can pull in from English, words of shared Latin origin mostly, and get a couple of other meanings. For example, what do you think it means diyet yapmak? Diyet yapmak. What does diyet sound like?
Diet.
Correct. Diyet. In Turkish, it's D-I-Y-E-T. Turkish doesn't like to have two vowels together. We will see other examples of that. So it sticks a Y in between them here, diyet. So if you want to say he wants to make a diet, how would that be?
Diyet yapmak istiyor.
Good. Diyet yapmak istiyor. You can say to check in or to check out. Check in yapmak. Check out yapmak. So, you can say he wants to check in now or she wants to check in now.
Şimdi check-in yapmak istiyor.
Very good. Şimdi check-in yapmak istiyor. How would you say I want to check in now?
Şimdi check-in yapmak istiyorum.
Very good. Şimdi check-in yapmak istiyorum. I want to check in this evening.
Bu akşam check-in yapmak istiyorum.
Very good. Bu akşam check-in yapmak istiyorum. We said that the word for what was ne, N-E, ne. So how would you say, what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Ne yapmak istiyor?
That would be, what does he want to do? What does she want to do?
You. Ne yapmak istiyorsun?
Good. Ne yapmak istiyorsun? What do you want to do this evening?
Where do we put this evening?
Where does it tend to go? Time expressions, where do they tend to go in Turkish?
At the front.
Yes, exactly.
But with the ne.
The ne, the what, shouldn't change what you know about the general position of the time expressions, no?
Bu akşam.
Good. So generally we have our time expressions at the beginning, which means that we can identify them when we want to say a sentence, put them at the beginning, get them out of the way, and then free up that space to think about the next piece of information that we want to present.
Bu akşam ne yapmak istiyorsun?
Very good. Bu akşam ne yapmak istiyorsun? Tonight, this evening, what to do you want? To mention a couple of other useful additions you can make to yapmak, kritik yapmak, of course it means
Kritik.
to critique. Spor yapmak.
To do sports.
Yes, and without the T here, spor yapmak, to do sports. What do you think it means? Exercise. Exercise
To
yapmak.
exercise.
Yes, to exercise or to do an exercise on paper as well, or a physical exercise either.